coming on live because I want to talk about two different things that are happening with a lot of people. And I'm seeing a lot of comments, and I'm seeing a lot of people, saying this is what's happening and what's happening. What's happening? What is happening with me? So I'm going to answer some questions as to what is happening. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is your upper chakras are opening, and the side effects, the symptoms of these upper chakras. Yeah, it is a little chilly here today, yeah. And so the symptoms of your upper chakras opening. And why are your upper chakras opening? What's happening? Why is this happening to me? Why am I having this pressure in my third eye, ear chakra area, top of my head, around my head, back of my head? Why does energy keep coming through my throat chakra, making me coughing repeatedly? So that's the first thing that I'm going to talk about today. The second thing I'm going to talk about are Ascension symptoms. So many of you are maybe not quite experiencing some of these symptoms, but that's okay, because you'll remember this information that I'm going to relay to you for when that time does occur, okay? So you will say, oh, I remember. Who did I have to talk to before this all started happening with me? It was actually my angels and God. And I remember Jesus coming in, having a word with me as well. He let me know what was about to happen, right down to the day. This is what's going to happen, Kristen. September 1st, 2017. This is what's going to happen. I was like, oh yeah, okay, sounds great. This is good. This is a good sign. We're anchoring the light. We're ascending. And I thought, okay, cool. And then, sure enough, that day is when it started to happen. I got extreme nausea. I got a lot of anxiety. My heart was pounding, a lot of energy in my chest, in my stomach, through my solar and heart chakra. I got a lot of energy coming in through my crown chakra. And these are the Ascension symptoms that I'm going to cover, and what to do about it. What are you going to do about it when these things start to happen? Okay, and what is the answer to what if you're not experiencing any of this? So that's going to be touched on as well. Yay, everybody's coming on. You know, I'm on a little bit early, but I was quite an eager beaver, so I thought, I'm going on. When the energy's right, that's when you step forward, right? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about are your upper chakras. Where are they, and why are they opening, and why are you experiencing these symptoms right now? Well, when all of us get together as a collective, and we're saying to everybody, okay, we're ready to communicate with you. We want to learn how to channel. They go, okay, let's go. And they start to open your upper chakras so that it's easier for them to communicate with you. So everything is energy, and you have your chakras, and when they open further, and likely they are ensuring that they're operating properly as well, right? So you've got your upper chakras, you've got your crown, you've got your ear chakras. Some of you have been telling me that you have a lot of temple pressure, and then of course forehead pressure, where your third eye is located. You also have little chakras behind your ears, and of course you have this chakra coming out the back of your head, right? And you've got your throat chakra coming out the back of your neck. And then you've got your pineal gland access point back here. If you're ever feeling a lot of pressure on your upper back or the back of your neck, that is likely indicative that someone's at your door and wanting to communicate with you. So, so the reason why I'm coming on is because if this is too much for you, say you're like really feeling it, because it can ramp up sometimes. You're like, oh boy, it can get like the pressure can be at times maybe even, you know, a little bit too much for you. So what are you going to do about it? So you know that your upper chakras are likely opening because you have indicated that you're ready to communicate. So the number one thing that I hear from the angels is to ask them, it's too much, please step back. Too much. Too much. It's uncomfortable. Please step back. And they will. They won't stop. This isn't going to stop this process, okay? But with them stepping back, it'll make it more comfortable for you. And that's really important because they really want you to be comfortable. They don't want you to sit in discomfort. It's similar to when I asked my angels to help me wake up 3 to 5 minutes before my alarm clock. They pulled me out of sleep so fast, I was extremely uncomfortable. I didn't realize if you got pulled out of sleep state really quickly, how uncomfortable that could be. And then I said, could we do that a bit slower next time? Because that was uncomfortable. So it's a two-way street of communication. It's not just them, you know, and you got to talk to them. And how do you talk to them? You talk to them in your mind. They know everything you're thinking anyways, okay? Because thought forms are energy. They pick up on everything you're thinking. You can say it out loud to them like I often do, or you can write it down. So the next time they pulled me out of my sleep state very slowly, and it was way more comfortable. Just like, you know, when they first started to talk right into my ear, it shot energy right into my eardrum, gave me a good zinger. I had to say, whoa, whoa, that was uncomfortable. And they, oh, I hear, oh, sorry. And then they adjust it so it's not as much energy. And so it's comfortable for me, okay? Same thing when your upper chakras are opening. So you have a say in everything that goes on. Spirit might have their 2 cents, and let's be honest, really 99.9% of the time my angel's right. But there are times where I have my free will and I may step off and I may decide to take my own action steps, but ultimately you have a say with everything that's going on, okay? Don't ever feel like, I don't know who I'm talking with, and this is, you know, fear. No. That's going to drop your vibrational frequency. You have a say with everything that's going on. Everything. There's never been a moment where I haven't. And if I did, a couple times, it was to teach me a lesson. Don't focus on negativity. Don't focus on the verbal negative direction that you were focusing on. And I learned very briefly twice. But whenever I have an issue of any kind, you know, in those moments, that was a learning tool. That was a learning lesson for me. I call in what I call the big guns, and they take care of it. And I do have my say. Okay? So I'm not sitting here like, oh, I don't know what's happening. No. They work for me, and I listen and I work with them. But they are working for me. I am directing them. Okay? Them being my team of angels, my spirit guides, Archangel Michael. But there are times, you know, when, you know, they're looking at the bigger picture. They're looking at the multiple people that can be impacted and helped. So even though I have my 2 cents about, you know, being uncomfortable about something, they know I can do it. They become really quiet. And then I'm like, and then I step off and I do it. And afterwards I say, all right, you're right. I was just being stubborn and scared. And they don't get scared. They don't get fearful. And if Jesus and Archangel Michael and my angels aren't going to be scared, then why would I? No. They don't roll like that, and I don't roll like that. Okay, so let's move on. I want to talk about Ascension symptoms because many of you may be experiencing these as you've come in, okay? And a lot of you are ready. Your guardian angels, in my experience, you'll have 2 of them, and then you have a whole team of angels, and you may have an archangel that works with you and may be working with you in every single lifetime, maybe signed up with you on this lifetime to help you. Maybe there's something specific that you need that archangel can help you with, and so that archangel will hang around you a lot. Archangel Michael and me, I guess, have done this many times. He seems really familiar to me, and he's always with me. And I do recall saying to him once, well, who's my other spirit guide? And he said, I'm your other spirit guide. I'm like, alrighty then. So, you know, once you get communicating with them, you'll see exactly who's with you and what they're doing for you. Every single angel that's working with you is working with you in regards to whatever you've been requesting for in life. Say you've been asking for abundance. There you go. You got an angel for abundance, helping you with abundance. You'll likely have 1 or 2 angels helping you with ascension symptoms. You know, you'll have 1 angel maybe helping you with the music, keeping your vibration high by helping you listen, and the music sounds extra good, and you're humming the music and you're singing the music. So whatever you're asking for, you just signed off on another one coming. Another angel, another stream of consciousness is there to help you. Okay, so ascension symptoms, what are they? Why are you having them? What is happening? Okay, boy, I sure learned in 2017. They let me know what was going to happen before it started happening. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, they weren't kidding. But it was clearly a time when I was ready for it to happen. You know, I was obviously ready energetically. It was just the right time for it to happen. And, you know, they get you prepared for what is to come. And ascension was the next step. And what is ascension? It is anchoring the light through your 3 main chakras, but this light will permeate throughout every orifice of your body, all your cells, everywhere, emanating out, affecting all those around you in a high vibrational way. Picture like pillars of light on the planet. That is what each of us are as we move through this process of ascension. Ascension is the path you want to be on, okay? That's what the angels tell me all the time. So if you want this, you can ask your team and say, I'm ready for this, and I would like this. And they will give you what you can handle for the most part. Now, if you're uncomfortable with any energy, pressure, lightheadedness, anxiety, you need to have a word with them and say, too much. You need to shift this because it's too much. So as the light comes in, you are going to raise in vibrational frequency. That which is no longer needed, old thought patterns, old belief systems, denser vibrational frequency, energy that is held within your body, and your energy body is going to come up to the surface. Stuff you may not have even thought of for years comes up and repeats in your head, and you don't even know why. It's because it's coming up to the surface to be transmuted into the light, and it will be. And so really all we have to sit back, we don't even have to do anything. We just sit back and let God, light and love, universal oneness, whatever light, white light, permeate us and help lift and raise our vibrational frequency, okay? So the foods that you used to love eating that are more denser or lower in vibrational frequency, you just will find that you can't consume them any longer, okay? That will happen over time. But you don't even really miss them. That's the thing too, is you feel better, you're happier, you're more high vibrational, you're more blissful, and you consistently stay that way. Hola, Jason. Jason's coming on live right after me. He'll be coming on live in 15 minutes at 5 p.m. PST. So basically put, You're going to have a lot of light permeating your body. You're going to have ascension symptoms such as lightheadedness, headaches, possibly migraines. Some people tell me, okay? Again, you need to have a word with your team. And you're going to have maybe nausea, anxiety, heart palpitations, itchy skin rash or pockets in different parts of your body that come and go, and that has usually lasted for about 3 or 4 days for me. I haven't experienced it for a while, knock on wood. Let's see if I'm past that point and I don't need to have that. When you're bringing in this amount of light and this amount of energy, you're creating more heat. So therefore, it's not very surprising that you're going to have this itchy, hot pockets on your skin, is it? What else do I want to say? What are some of the ways that you can help yourself when your chakras are opening and or you have ascension symptoms? Okay, your upper chakras are opening in order to connect with spirit more easily, more fluidly. Ascension is happening in order to help raise you up and lift you up to a new vibrational frequency. Okay. Rose quartz. My God, it was my angels that told me this. I said, how about some other crystal? And they said rose quartz is the best. I said, okay. Palm size. That's their request. Palm size, right on your lap by your pubic bone, where your root chakra is located. It will help to open your root chakra and help to anchor your root chakra to the earth. It's also going to help open and clear any dense energy out of your 3 lower chakras, and you will feel it. Oh yes, you will. I would have this on my lap for about a month. Then I drain it pretty good. So you can place it under a full moon, or you can, or a moon, sunlight, salt water, or go buy a new one. You want to ground yourself often. I can't emphasize this enough because so many of us are indoors all the time, or we're not connected with the earth. So whatever you have to do to get out into nature near a body of water, lean your back up against a tree, sit there and just lean your back up against a tree. All these symptoms, like you'll have it peak when you have a wave of energy coming in, okay? So last weekend was pretty intense, came in pretty good. And then it subsides and it will ramp up and then it will subside. And, you know, everybody talks about the event, okay? This is going to be a whole lot of events for the rest of our natural born lives. So essentially, we're really going to have to get really good at grounding. If you want relief, you will ground. I would get up in the middle of the night and go out and just stand by my tree. Epsom salt baths. Sitting by salt water or even a lake, out in nature, grounding yourself, putting your feet on the earth. If you can't get outside, you're laying down on the ground floor of your home and you're having a word with the earth. Please help ground me. And sometimes it can get to be so intense, I'm like, I really have a word with the earth. And I say, you really need to help me here. I need you to help me ground, please. Okay, so the body goes into like a fight or flight type of mode. You can experience this where your heart's pounding, you have anxiety, your mind's racing. You know a wave of energy is coming in, and the more open your chakras become, the more light you take in and the more intense these ascension symptoms can become. So you may want to look up EFT tapping videos on YouTube. Also, Norma Jones is going to come live on January 23rd and talk about EFT tapping in order to help us release that which is no longer needed. Okay, so if you have old emotional stuff coming up to the surface, you're getting triggered on certain things, you're having an emotional response with things, you're having stressful Stress is, you're riding the stress train. EFT tapping works wonders in releasing. You're doing the EFT tapping while you're talking to your body. So 2 things: EFT tapping to release that which is no longer needed, but also EFT tapping in order to help your body relax as you start anchoring a lot more light, because your body goes into a certain mode. Now, down the road, okay, my angels are telling me that Ascension symptoms will get easier. We will adjust. We will acclimatize. We will anchor a lot more light, and we're going to change our diets, and a lot's going to change. A lot is going to change. You may find the people in your life will change. Friends, family members that are lower in vibration. Maybe they are just not ready to ascend. They are not ready to shift in vibrational frequency. And so you see them less often or not at all. I have had that change happen in my own life experience as well. What happens if the Ascension symptoms are going on for hours and you can't take it too much more? You have a word with your team. I can't take it. You need to do something. Shield me a bit. Let's change this up because it's not feeling good right now. So you really need to have a conversation with your angels anytime you are uncomfortable, at any time with any energy, because you're running the show. You are the boss, right? Yes, pink Himalayan sea salt baths are fantastic. Even eating Himalayan pink salt is wonderful on your food. Now, when you're taking in all this light, and you can heat. Your body will heat up. What are you going to do? You're going to drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. That'll help to cool you down and ground you. Other ways of grounding are exercise, the dreaded E word. You want to do a lot of exercise. Even if it's just once or twice a week, that would help tremendously. Get your heart pumping, get you in your body. Because we're lifting in vibrational frequency, we're doing everything we can to come back into our bodies. I'm just looking at my little notes here, okay? Be aware of the content that you are observing, okay? If you're watching a lot of negative, low vibrational content, I suggest that you don't. Just don't. If you have to check your app on your phone to see the world events briefly for 2 minutes a day, great. That's okay. But otherwise, don't delve into negative, low vibrational, the chaos that surrounds. And of course, you guys will always hear me say, you ask Archangel Michael to come move into your home, and he's great at being your spiritual bouncer, and he's fantastic at shielding your entire property so that you no longer have the vibrational frequency permeating your home. So you have your sanctuary. He'll then come with you everywhere you go. Everywhere. He will help to shield you when you need him, and he'll help to ground you when you need him, and you can talk to him all the time. Rooted vegetables are very grounding, because you're taking on that energy. That's why it's so important as to what you eat, because every food has its own energy, okay? Let's see what else I want to talk about. Try your best to not focus on the low vibrational and keep your sights, your attention on the high vibrational music, high vibrational movies, high vibrational TV shows. Would I watch the news right now? No, I would not. Why? Because I sink in vibrational frequency, and I'm not helping the global consciousness by focusing on that content. You focusing inward and on what you observe and raising in your vibrational frequency is what is going to help the global consciousness. Whether you see it right away or not, that is the way that it is. Laughter. Laughter is wonderful. I can't speak highly enough about laughter and enjoying yourself in life. This is what it's all about. We get bogged down with society's opinions and the ways in which one does things. You guys have often heard me say, you know, when you have any types of stress or worries about finances, I want you to ask this question, okay? Best thing I ever saw, one of the best things I ever saw on YouTube. This man said, does a bear out in the forest think about how much debt he has? Everybody sitting there in the audience is like, no. Does a whale out in the ocean think about the loan it has to pay back and how much money is in its bank account? And everybody's like, no. So why are we the only animal on the planet that puts in so much focus in on this? Yeah, make sure your basics are covered, you have a roof over your head, and you have food in your fridge. But to let it run your show is not fun. That is, you know, the way in which society is controlled. So if other animals on the planet aren't stressing and thinking about it, then why are we? So I really want you to question that, okay? In the moment, I want you to think about that. So focus on what you want to create. Focus your intentions, your thoughts, everything on what you want. And if you feel a sinking feeling and a tightness, really be the observer of your thoughts and question, is this really what I want to manifest in my life? And then just shift your attention off of it and replace it with something, a mantra, or you can say everything will be all right because I've asked my team and they know what I need and what I want, and I've written down my list of what I want help with, and they've read it. So I'm going to let go and stop thinking so negatively and so fear-based. We are the way showers. We are the ones walking this path on earth. We are all going to ascend. We will be the pillars of light, and we will show everyone the way. So what do I have to say about those of you who aren't experiencing any of these symptoms? I would say you're still having a lot of work happening around you. I actually tuned in with the angels, and I said, what would be your observational point on that? And they said, oh, there's a lot of work going on. There's so much energy work, so many more angels coming, so much happening behind the scene that we can't even imagine. And just because you're not having those symptoms doesn't mean that there's not a lot going on with you. Okay? So you'll just find maybe even your thoughts will just be more brighter and more happy, more high vibrational, and you don't know where it's coming from. I think we know where it's coming from. Okay, so make your requests to your team. You're in charge. You write down the list of what you would like in your life. Yeah. And you just have to, it's very easy to like not focus on that which you don't like. All right. And I'm going to go watch a funny movie tonight. And I'm going to go enjoy myself. Because my happiness and my self-love and my thoughts and my vibrational frequency is number one. All right, so does anybody have any questions for me in regards to everything that I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember when I first started to channel, I had the same fear, and but I'd never see anybody else having fear, just me. Not Jesus, not Michael, not my angels, not Eric. Nobody else was having any worries, just me. So then one day I said, well, if Jesus isn't going to be fear-based, well, then why would I? And that was my decision from that day forward. And I've held to that, really, for the most part. You know, I'm not going to sit here every time and say, surround me in white light. Where is that coming from? is coming from a place of uncertainty and maybe a lower vibrational frequency. I'm just like, hey, Michael, you're my bouncer. Nobody gets past you. Nobody's allowed to come in my home. If they want to come to my home, they're on my patio, and I'll even hear them knock on my door. Metatron came on my patio the other day, and I saw the Christmas lights across the street black out. Gosh, he's about 10 feet tall, massive. And he says, may I enter? Nobody comes in my home unless they request to be here, except for my Nana and my grandpa. They can come in. Okay? You are in charge. Yes. So it's all about knowledge. And everything is, you're watching and gleaning information everywhere. And what feels right? What is resonating with you and feels good? Follow your internal guidance system. Yes. Julie, you're cracking me up. Hi, Cynthia. Love you. Doop. Okay, I'm just reading your question, Christian. Yeah. Okay, so the channel, meaning my channel, I'm not on all the time. That'd be too tiring, although my head feels pretty open a lot of the time. But there are times when I'll just close a golden door. I picture that. I let my team know. Closing hours are now in effect. And if I don't feel like chatting, I just say I'm not up for chatting. No one's feelings get hurt, okay? No one's getting upset with me. They just go, oh, okay, her hours are closed. And if I don't feel like talking to someone or I don't feel like channeling, I just let them know. And nobody's upset with me or sad. I set my own boundaries, okay? And then if I'm feeling like I'm floating, like I'm like, whoa, I feel a little spacey, a little lightheaded, after channeling, I head right to the ocean, or I'll head out to my tree. I'll try some EFT tapping. Another little trick you can do, okay, after channeling is you can ask anyone that is high vibrational, a part of your team, whether it's Archangel Michael, your guardian angels, could you please help bring my energy back in, please? Help me ground, bring my energy back in, and I'll feel an energy sweep. And they sweep. And they sweep my energy back in through the top of my head and into my body. And you can talk to any of them and ask them to help you do that. That works really wonders. Go out for a nice walk. The key in Ascension is rest when you need to. Sleep when you need to. Take a day off work if you need to. Just relax into it. You'll feel some shifts and changes happen in your life. Relax into it. Don't get too worked up over it. Try your best. There are moments. So yeah. So when I'm on, and then when I'm off, I try to be that way. But there's some days where I'm on. I'm like, I'm chatting with Eric, and I'm chatting with Michael, and I'm having a lot of conversation. Usually then I'm going out and I'm grounding. I ground myself at least once a day. At least. So if you're ascending, would I go and touch alcohol or any other kinds of drugs? You can if you want, but I wouldn't. Where am I coming with that guidance? That's coming from my team of angels, and that is coming from me. Near the end of drinking alcohol, I would experience like a detachment energetically from my body, and it was very uncomfortable. You're raising in vibrational frequency, so why are you going to put something that's toxic or low vibrational into your body? Also, I wouldn't touch those substances because you're super open, you're a bright light, and there are other energies. And now you've just, I personally would not be touching those substances. I just wouldn't. But that's my 2 cents. And I'm aware we're in a free will zone. So it's up to you and it's in your hands. You can ask your angels, I'd like to remember my dreams, please. That's it. I want to remember my dreams. And I need you to please help me do that. You know, a clean diet would probably help bring you back into your body. And grounding, lots of grounding. Exercise, getting outside, grounding yourself, that would definitely help you have a really good night's sleep. And you may be able to remember your dreams, but you can always ask your team to help you remember your dreams. I've asked my team if I have a dream where it's kind of intense and uncomfortable. I don't usually have nightmares, but there's some, like Ascension as well. When you are ascending, you may have really vivid, intense dreams. They are off the charts sometimes. And I've asked my team, please gently pull me up out of sleep if you see me in a dream where I'm uncomfortable. And they do that for me. Some people feel like they have to sleep all the time with Ascension. Other people feel like, especially in the evenings, that's where I'm getting the whammo of the energy, usually in the evenings. I'm getting, and I'm like so alert because I'm getting this energy source from light. I'm not getting it from I'm getting it from my food, but I'm really getting it from the light now. Oh yeah, oh my God. Your temperature definitely swings. If I'm dressed like this because I'm not channeling today, but I'll tell you, if I was channeling, I would be wearing a vest. And if you're starting to ascend and you have huge waves of energy permeating the globe, there may be moments where you're just overheating big time, yeah? Okay. If you can't meditate, it might be that your mind is racing. Meditation can happen in many different ways. It can be when you're doing the dishes. It can be when you're riding a bike. If you mean actively, consciously meditating, like transcendental meditation, love transcendental meditation. Yeah, that the more you do it, the easier it is for you to go and get into meditating. So if you do it sporadically here and there, you want to do it consistently. As my Nana says when she comes and visits me, and she still lectures me, 20 minutes, Kristen, twice a day. And I'm like, she's still bossy even on the other side. You know what I would try doing? Instead of trying to meditate, just create, say, 3 moments a day you have by yourself, whether it's on the toilet or in your car or away from everyone. Decompress. You can even ask the earth to help you. Focus on your breath. Focus on your heart chakra. And create at least 1 to 2 minutes of quiet time. And you'll notice your mind will go off here, and you'll just gently bring it back to the stillness. And then it'll go over here, and you bring it back to the stillness. And you do that 3 times a day for 1 to 2 minutes. That will help tremendously. Ask the question, Helena. Is Archangel Michael here with me? Feel it in your body. Is it or light? Or is it pulled back, tight? You might even feel your head pull back a little bit. You feel like a pull back, tightness, nausea. If you're asking that question, if you're experiencing intense releasing and healing, the answer is yes. Absolutely. Is sleeplessness associated with Ascension? You bet it is. I didn't sleep a wink. I think it was 3 nights ago. Yep. And then I'm up and out of bed. All right, let's start the day again. And there we we go, right, Mike? William, like you have moments the same thing where it's like you just don't sleep that night because we're getting a wave of light anchoring within us. Although they constantly say things will get easier. I'm like, come on, I'm ready for the easy part. Go with the flow. Don't buck the current. Go with the flow. Don't resist. Yes. Yep. Yeah, like I'm okay right now, but if I start channeling Eric, I'll get lit up because Eric's energy is so intense and I'm channeling him and I'm like, woo, woo. Although sometimes you get shivers up your back too, right, Jason? That's what Jason gets when Eric comes around. Lots of shivers up his back. But everyone's unique. Isn't that the beauty of it? So I'm showing you what I've experienced, and I'm showing you what I've seen others tell me that they're experiencing. But you will find how they communicate with you, okay? What works for you. In the beginning, they would give me a yes, and I would feel it. The shift of energy in my body would go yes or no, no. Make it more clear. I'm not hearing you. What is the answer? Make it more clear. Come in stronger. You have to guide them. Tell them. And then I started getting this. And I was like, what the hey is that? That didn't happen right away. That was a, well, you can go this way. This question that you're asking. You can move in this direction. But we would like you to wait. And we're going to guide you down another path. Okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ascension symptoms are... Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to ask my guardian angel. How long are ascension symptoms going to last for? I think I know the answer. It's going to be unique and individual to each of us. For some of us, it might last a little longer than others, depending on how, like she's saying, like how you buck the current, right? So go with the flow. Relax into it. Relax. Just go with the flow. Focus on what you're putting in your body. Focus on what you're putting your attention on. Focus on, just be aware of your own thoughts and your own vibrational frequency and how you want it to be. Because you're the one running the show here. So you want to go more of the shorter, easy route, or you want to go and take the longer, harder route. It's up to you. So the energy work and the permeating of the energy globally will continue to happen. But as far as us getting affected by it down the road, that will improve and get better. Some of us will get there on their easier, shorter path, and some of us will take a little longer. But irregardless, nonetheless, each of you will get there. Okay? And whether it's in this lifetime or the next, or the next, or the next, or the next. Yeah. The angels often say, your life in this body is like that, in the broad perspective of the eternalness of your soul. They put things into perspective, don't they? Yes. Okay, so I'll answer one more question. Yeah, Ghislaine, if your friends are like, come on, let's go out and drink, let's go, come on. I know, I've been there. What do you suggest? Okay, so the guidance I'm getting for that is focus on activities that are high vibrational activities with people that do not drink, or bring the people that do drink, bring them into these activities where there's no alcohol involved. She's saying not to worry, because as you ascend and you anchor more and more light, you will not like the taste